Okay, I think I am live. So, hey everyone, it's Kenyon here. It's Basketball Rewind, and I'm doing a solo one tonight. Gonna do a quick recap of the game, some Summer League musings, and just kind of go from there. So, without a further ado, welcome everyone. I think Will is already here, so welcome, Will. And we'll just get it started, honestly. Real quick one. I think the game's still going. I think there's like 13 seconds or left, but like the game's basically done. Raptors won 116 to 70. Just completely shellacked the Bulls in Summer League. This is what Summer League looks like here and there for sure. If you're watching this when it's live, great. Welcome. If you're watching this later on, enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe, of course, on your way in or on your way out. All right, let's get started with this. So, a few things that I noticed. I took some notes throughout the game. It's always different, kind of, you know, when you're watching it for fun versus like starting to like take notes while you're watching it. It's a little bit of a different experience. I almost wish that I had the time to kind of like watch it twice and kind of really soak in what Summer League was. But hey, that's okay. Um, so basically, this is how I do it. When I look at Summer League, I grade on a curve. I'm not going to give grades today. I'll give grades at the very end of Summer League, but I look at Summer League as you're looking at these guys on a curve. So if you're a second year player, if you've already played a year in the NBA, I think it's fair to expect a certain level of whatever from you. I think that's more or less it's pretty fair. Um, that's really what it comes down to. So, sometimes if you played let's say, more or less a full season, and by the way, if anyone joins, just let me know if you can hear me. But if you're playing a full season in the NBA, more or less, and then you come in and you're playing a summer league game, I expect you to be at a certain level. So if I'm gonna sound harsh in a second, or praise a guy, it's gonna be for a reason. Okay, so let's kind of look at the scores. I'll bring it up on the screen in a second. Um, uh, oh, you can hear me? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm trying a new mic out, and I'm trying a slightly new setup out. So yeah. Um, so first things first, the Raptors. I'm just pulling up the nitty gritty. The Raptors played at a breakneck pace. They got up, I think, 85 versus 55 field goals, and you saw it with the pace. It was just ping ponging back and forth as the action was just going on. I thought they played very fast. They also from jump guarded like nurse ball like 94 feet. That was a little bit crazy. So I thought that was a bit aggressive. I don't know if that's like looking forward to the future. Hey Brandon, and hey Andre, I'll definitely get to this. And yes, Elijah Martin did look good. Um, to me, I thought that the pace, you can guard 94 feet, but you have to be playing 10 guys. And I don't know if we can do that. We'll see. We'll find out. But if this is a preview of what to expect of the season, I think you're going to have to worry about execution early on, depending on who's out there. You're going to want to make sure that the guys that are out there are able to create advantages, but also capitalize on it. So, yeah, like that's probably the first thing. I just felt like the pacing was a little bit too fast. I could see them trying to do it as Brandon, you're getting to it exactly. Like I could see them trying to do it with like who they had on the court today. But if you have IQ out there, can you guard 94 feet? And does that wear your guys down? I don't know. And then also, it leaves chances for you to have breaks in that defense if the backline communication is bad. I mean, today you're playing the Bulls at Summer League, so who cares? But like, hey, um, yeah, IQ and RJ is probably not going to be an ideal. Uh, so just to jump right into the Bulls. They did not play good. They had some bright spots. I know that Matas, like you look at it as 4 for 14. That's not good, but he was aggressive all night. I think he showed enough where he's getting to the line. He's able to start fighting through contact. The size of the Bulls in the future, not now, but in the future, they're a big team. Like the Bulls to me are like what Matas is like 6'10". Noah is massive. So from that standpoint, I like the fact that they pick for size, and I'm gonna keep like looking at that in the future. We saw again the return of Javon Liberty Freeman or Javon Freeman Liberty. Sorry, I always mix that up. He did very Javon style things, so I'll just leave it at that. Um, to go to the Raptors, they looked rusty early on. I felt for a team that is fielding a team with a lot of second year players in it. I mean, yes, the field goal attempts looks great, but for example, with Battle, I would hope that he's not like the turnovers that he had were bad turnovers. It was him stepping out of bounds. It was, you know, him turning the ball over. Mobo, especially, looked fairly rocky tonight. They really thrived because the Bulls played no defense, and they're just better than the Bulls because they're playing 94 feet. But in terms of like Summer League at large, I don't see them winning Summer League. I just don't see it. So, but you know, yeah, as F is saying, the Bulls played a lot of zone. I think Battle is able to capitalize on that. What I'm worried about is again, there's times when guys need to be more aggressive. However, guy like Elijah Martin, some bright spots. He might be short. He plays bigger than his size. He played with force. He caught a body. He was attacking. He was aggressive. He was pretty impressive actually tonight. I think someone posted the stat. It's like 16, 5, and 5. Just going to pull it up right here. So yeah, he was 6 of 5, 50% from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, went to the line 2 times. I do think that I know people like to compare him to Norm, like Norm, a little bit of tunnel vision, but the things that I notice about him as I pull up my notes is that like he's the type of guard where when he's slashing down, if he gets that first step, he can do a lot. But when he gets locked up a bit or when he's not able to really truly knife his way into spots, when there's a bit of contact, he's not since the physicality is a little bit bigger, even at Summer League, he struggles a little bit more. So that's one where I'm like, it's something that he just needs to work on. But he has a first step, great first step, able to create an advantage. I think that there's a lot there that you're looking forward to. And I think he just signed his two-way. I can see him cracking the roster a couple times. Yeah, I agree. He needs to work on his handle. And yeah, he was a plus 36. So huge bright spot for today. The offense, when Jamal Shed was playing, looked adequate. I wouldn't say great, but it looked adequate. It moved around. I thought his defense was really good, really solid. And he had 9 points on 4 of 10 shooting, 4 assists, or sorry, 6 assists and only 2 turnovers. The challenge is that like again, like for Summer League specifically, you need someone else who can kind of run the offense a little bit when he's not there. We'll see. I think I'm curious to see how CMB handles it because, yeah, adequate. I'm trying to be nice here. When CMB is here, I think he's going to run some of the offense in Summer League. So I think that's going to be a little bit more fun. But yeah, Walter looked bigger. I know that's been advertised. He looked more physical. He played okay. He had moments, but I just felt like there's also moments where he looked a little bit gun shy. I didn't like the ball movement at times. It just looked like they were trying to like ping pong, like play ping pong ball where it's like just going, going, going. And that led to really silly mistakes, silly turnovers, in my opinion. So yeah, Mobo. Uh, So his stat line was 7 for 8, but again, he's at times still looks like he's shy around the hoop. That needs to change. He still is struggling to finish around the hoop through contact. But overall, I thought like when he was in open space, when he was able to catch those lobs, he had a much better second half. But I thought again, just like Jamison Battle, his turnovers were a little bit. You're a second year player. You need to do a little bit better. So from that standpoint, um, there's some improvements, but there's also, I mean, battle's battle. You don't expect him to do too much, but yeah. Let's see. Sorry, Mobile looks to say scared to. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Like if he's not able to create an advantage, yes, he can kind of like dribble a little bit. His handle looked relatively the same, and it definitely needs work. Um, he's the type of guy where you kind of want it to improve, you want it to get better, and it just on the offensive end it wasn't there. Defensively, he looked good. Defensively, a lot of these guys looked really really good. So from that standpoint, there's a lot of energy. I expect the bench unit this year to actually be, you know, even just from the standpoint of fitting all together at different spots and having a little bit more athleticism, they can really really punch up in that way. So um, definitely it's something that I think it looks good moving forward. If this is who I think it is, shout out. I hope you had a good stream. So yeah, um, Chomchi. So Chomchi, we saw a Chomchi signing. It was good to see him on the court. I have mixed feelings about this one. Like he kind of figured himself out like later on. Yeah, I'll get to this in a second. Chomchi signing. Uh, the way that I look at Chomchi is he's seeing things that he wasn't before, and he has advanced reads, but his skill is not anywhere close to like regular rotation minute ready. He almost it's almost like this year is another year where he's a Pokemon, you're dropping him off at Professor Oak, you're going off on your adventure, you're coming back, and you're gonna check over every so often and see like what is going on and basically what's up. So yeah, Alam, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If you want to step up, let me know. I'll shoot you a link later. So yeah. I'm gonna make this stream a little bit more shorter today. I'm gonna go through the actual stuff. I'll put it up on screen in just a second. This is gonna be shorter though. I said Jacoby super active on the defensive end. Really liked that. I thought Matas showed out throughout most of the game. Again, the points don't show it, but yeah, that's fine. Mobile was not on it today offensively, even though the box score numbers. If you're just box score watching, he had a great game. But it's like he was traveling initially. He had offensive turnovers where he's like offensively fouling guys. A few times on the defensive end, like yes, they did overturn that one challenge, but he did smack the guy in the face. you know, um, I jokingly said to someone that like you don't want these guys to be playing like Benjamin Button where all of a sudden like their game is like aging in reverse where they're looking more and more immature as they're going. You want them not to look so raw. I know they haven't played like this type of high level hoops in a while, but they're still second year players. So um, I worry a little bit just if the Raptors are planning to play this type of pace, they need to. You can't really win in transition. You can't win with this type of fast pace unless you have really, really, really good guard play from an offensive initiation standpoint. I don't think we're there yet. So, but yeah, like we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. Um, what Pokemon is he? That's a good question. I mean, if we're going with first gen, is it Togepi? I think it's been a minute. I would say Togepi is fair. Togepi is probably pretty fair. Uh, yes, come on, give the guy some love. He looked like he belonged last year. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like he looks good. It just but he needs some more seasoning, right? He definitely needs a little bit more seasoning. So yeah. But yeah, I mean overall, it'll be interesting. Now, there's a couple thoughts. People said Mobo and CMB off the bench. I think CMB will be just fine. My main concern is just size, right? Like you compare us to the Bulls. Again, I mentioned earlier in the stream, like Matas is like 6'10". Noah, like he's young. He's also a Pokemon that needs to go to Professor Oak kind of a thing. But like at the same time, like Noah is at least, he has the size, he has the length and the activity, and that all combined will just, it will carry him through. We need to size up, and CMB in sock feet, as coach would say, he's like what 6'6.5", and Mobo 6'6.5", so they're basically Jerace Walker's height, but with like like the length or and whatnot. I'm not comparing them to Jerace Walker, but there's some concern there for sure. So yeah, we'll see. As a Pokemon player, hey man, it is what it is. Uh, enjoy your wings. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay on too long. I'm trying to make this one short. StreamYard only provides me with I think 5 hours a month, so I try to make these ones shorter so I could do ones later. So yeah. Anyway, so continuing on, I don't know how the rebounding is, so I'm just gonna So we rebounded pretty well, 51. I mean, when you're getting up 85 shots, not saying that you're just chucking up shots, but yeah, like first half, I thought AJ Lawson took a few too many shots, and it was a little. There's a couple times where I'm like, okay, you can kick it out. Same with Martin. I loved his willingness to just attack and his aggression, but like you got to kick it out sometimes. Going 3-on-1, sure, you can get to the hoop, but there's a lot of times, more often than not, you're gonna get blocked, and it's just not good form long term to do that every single time. In terms of defensive scheme, yeah, like we'll see. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on the Noah Sankey thing, but in terms of the defensive scheme, like again, guarding 94 feet, like you're the Pacers, it's different doing it in the playoffs where you're only doing it for a couple months. It's hard to do that for 82 games and like the length of that season. Not really great. I'm not really going to comment on turnovers versus the Raptors versus this. Like because that's just like whatever. Like it's summer league, people. Like don't overthink it too much. It's more to showcase the guards in some ways, so keep that in mind. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a good game. Good to see the guys back. The one disappointment is I really wanted to see CMB. I wanted to see him out there. Yes, I agree that no one needs to get bigger, but yeah, I want to see CMB, and I didn't get to see him. That's like one of the main reasons that I'm really into summer league this year. I do want to see some of the second year guys like Jacoby. There's certain things that I just expect the defense to be there. I did think early on he was aggressive with his shot, but then he kind of tapered off, like I said. And I would like to see him be. It's partly like he's not getting the ball as well, and the ball's not swinging to him. But also like, I know it's summer league, you're not supposed to demand the ball, but in some ways, I'd like to see him have a greater emphasis next year or next game. So yeah. Yeah, you rage quit your. Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, it was a buzzkill. So. I know for a lot of people, they're looking for CMB. Hopefully, we get to see him next game. Let's knock on wood there. I'm going to just quickly zoom around to a couple other Summer League games today. Let's talk about some standouts. Kasparis Siakachonis, really good game. I think he was like 24 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, very little turnovers in this one. I think I need to double check. I'm going to double check in just a second. But before I get there, the Detroit Pistons, they had a really good game against, of course, the Knicks. And lo and behold, Ron Holland showing his growth, 28 points. He showed out today. We saw Pacome Dadier also showing out 17 points on 13 shots. Kasparis is my guy as well, or one of my guys, I should say. So shout out JD. So yeah, Ron Holland 8 of 12. He showed that he could, shoot from 3. I haven't watched though like his tape from today in depth, but he got to the line 13 times. I mean, Ron Holland is just like he's past he played in the G League. He played last year. He's past summer league in my opinion, like well past summer league for sure. But that's again what I expect out of like a second year player. Zooming ahead, I think Washington is playing right now, so I'll just kind of give you an update on that really quickly. Will Riley, Canadian, he's doing his thing. Really rooting for him. Big size. They also have Keyshawn George or Keyshawn George out there, who's also Canadian as well. Hopefully get one of those two guys. Keyshawn is 9 of 16, 20 points, 7 rebounds, three steals, 2 assists. Sar is still, and I saw this, he's still seemingly struggling with the physicality of just the league in general, let alone summer league. Trey Johnson doing his thing, never doubted. 2 of 4 from deep, 6 of 11 from the field, 15 points. Just great stuff. I saw some overreactions on Derek Queen. Derek Queen will be just fine, people. I think people need to stop freaking out about Derek Queen. He won't be able to defend. We know that. The defense is awful. It's abysmal. But, the defense is awful. But on offense, I think he'll be fine. And he could use an increase in athleticism for sure, or slimming down, especially if he's going to play the 4. I just want to see him. It's almost like he had to like work his way into form, and I don't know if that's a good sign or not. I mean, it's summer league, so we'll see. But it is what it is. But I think he'll be fine. Fears looked so raw. You saw the ability to kind of get off and do things off the dribble, but he needs a lot of work. He's gonna put on 20 pounds. I hope. Well, I mean, he is in New Orleans, so yeah. That's he had a better second half, but that first half, like you can tell, like he's gonna give all of his effort on one end of the ball, and like that's it. Thank you, by the way. It was fun. It was fun talking about the WNBA. I know it's not going to get the numbers that the other one should, but I'm really proud of that conversation. So yeah. Moving forward, I almost don't want to talk about the Boston Celtics. But my man Gigi Jackson played them. So Gigi Jackson, 5 of 10. He did really well. He's been up and down. I think part of it's injuries, but he played well today. He played well today so far. Jordan Walsh sighting, third-year player. And I think the most notable thing about the Summer League is if you're a Snack Randolph or Kenny Lofton fan, watch the Boston Celtics. I don't know. I love his game just for whatever it is. It's like, but I wouldn't really. We'll see if he actually makes their the back end of their roster. So yeah, because I know that they're trying to go cheaper. The Utah Jazz with Filipowski, 12 of 17, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 of 7 from deep. And then obviously the really fun guard from Florida, Elijah Martin's teammate, Walter Clayton Jr., 8 of 17. Probably one of the most fun watching guards in this class, seemingly having a good night. Jaden Springer's on their summer league, so he was one of the youngest guys a couple years ago. Most people don't remember. Drafted by Philly and just kind of like disappeared into the ethos. There's a lot of fun summer league games that happen. Obviously, Ace Bailey did not play, but I would be watching out for Ace Bailey. I'd be watching out for Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg had a good game. I know people are freaking out, but he was trying to yam it on people, and he'll be fine. The fact is that what I looked for in Cooper Flagg was his defense on point, and he had some. I think to end the game, he had some really key blocks and some fun plays from that standpoint. So yeah, but it's just interesting to see. Ooh, Con Knipple, 1 of 8. Yeah, this is just. I'm not going to overanalyze it, summer league people, but like, it's just funny to see some of these things. All right, let's get to some comments and then let's get out of here. He took 17 shots. Yeah, and again, it's summer league, so yeah. Utah Jazz should trade for Bronny James, pick him up, Austin Ainge. Yeah, you know what? I like this. I like this idea. Um, Liam McNeely did have a game. He was really good. Um, Unfortunately, he got injured midway through the season. He got injured and it kind of took him out, and then he never really truly recovered during the season. So I mean, it is what it is. But he was a top 10 pick, at least projection wise, early on, and played for UConn and did pretty well throughout the year. So I never saw him like cracking that top 10 truly, but yeah, I think he landed in a fairly good spot. Let's see. Oh man, I'm not. I can't say some of these things, but like the Derek Queen getting his nutritional tips from Zion. Actually, I think Zion's mom is a nutritionist. Funny enough, um, take of that information as you will. Um, Beyond the locker room. Hey, how's it going? Beyond is here. So did Walter? I'm assuming you mean Walter, as in Jacoby Walter, not Walter Clayton Jr. Show glimpses of creating. I think he showed a few things early on. For me, it was more he showed finishing through contact, where he was trying to finish through contact, but he gets stuck. Um, it's kind of what I wrote down in my notes. Like he gets stuck in some ways. I think he still needs some work on that, but um, his confidence was not lacking. He did get up a lot of shots in total, but it came in spurts. Richardson versus Martin. Yes, I agree. So yeah. Again, these are just supposed to more or less just be recaps. Quick, fast hitting things. I'll just talk quickly about Kasparis, my guy, and that game because on the other end, there's also another guy that I really like, which is Asadul. 8 points, 8 rebounds. Again, that Atlanta is also getting bigger with Richiche, with Jalen Johnson, with Asanul, and Kobe Buffkin. I hope that he is healthy. But yeah, 29 points on 16 shots. Went to the line 15 times, which is just ridiculous. It's summer league. So like you just think like I keep forgetting that you can't foul out in summer league because it's like you see a guy like Drusic, who they signed today on a 3-year deal. I don't think that's a full guarantee, but he like got like 8 fouls. Like it's just incredible to see this type of stuff. So yeah, it's summer league. I don't really want to stay too long here, but we will see. This was fun to kind of like take a look at it. Queen's probably gonna hire for yeah. I think Queen should go to Alaska. They have really good cruises, and the food scene is different in summer, and then return during the season. That would probably be helpful. Um, yeah, he is a walking double double if he gets the minutes. Yeah, Beyond, do you wanna join up for a second? You're more than welcome to. If not, I'm gonna close this down in a little bit because it was more meant to be just like a fun little recap. So I'm gonna just so people know I'm gonna be doing these recaps. I have other things to talk about in terms of the Raptors and whatnot, but I'll keep that for the regular show. But these are more so gonna just be quick, fast hitting recaps. I'm testing them out now, and if you like them, I'll probably continue them on through the season. Maybe not for every single game, but like once a week, I'll kind of pick a game and I'll do a quick like recap and go from there. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Um, we definitely, yeah, yeah, yeah. Enjoy your chicken wings. Enjoy the flavor of them. Everyone have a good night. If you were on the stream, I don't know what the numbers are or whatever, but of course, give me a like, give me a comment or a subscription or whatever. Enjoy. I'm out. Again, these summer league games are not supposed to be like super in-depth analysis. Just kind of like my quick raw notes, who struggled, who did well, things that I'm noticing, if I notice trends. And again, I'm going to grade the other players tougher. So yeah. like the second year players. All right, people, that is all. Thanks and peace.